How did my garden go from this to this? And how in the world do I get it back? So as you can see, I turned our garden over about maybe 2 weeks ago. Now I'm gonna add in we've been collecting eggshells and used coffee grounds. I've seen a lot of people doing this. I've done a little research, plan on doing more, but I'm gonna go ahead and mix this together, put it in our spreader and spread it throughout our garden. As you can tell, I'm having to fight this thing a little bit. The eggshells are not wanting to feed down through the bin, so I'm just kind of shaking it as I go, and hopefully that's letting their gravity feed pull it down. And as you can see, I've also got Little Man here to help me. Sometimes you just got to be smarter than what you're working with and go the easy way. So we got our garden planted this year. Unfortunately, we've had a lot of rain here, so I wasn't able to video us actually planting the garden, but all that went really well. We got a lot of good things in the ground, so we should have a good season this year. As me and my wife are out there in the garden and planting it, I got to thinking about a lot of things and how a garden in a lot of aspects represents our life. First off, if I didn't take the time to remove all the weeds from our garden, what would have happened? If I threw a tomato plant right there in the ground, and didn't take the time to till it up, what would have happened? Those weeds probably would have choked that tomato plant out, and it would have died and not been useful to us at all. What kind of weeds do we have in our life? There's a lot of things that hold us back, a lot of things that keep us from being productive. What in our life can we get rid of? The second thing was where I added the eggshells and the used coffee grounds into our garden. What can we add into our lives to help us be more productive, to be a better human? I do my best to read the Bible as much as I can. That is always beneficial to me. That's a guideline to our lives and how we should live. What other things can I add to my life to help me be productive? Something else that you saw earlier was adding the wood chips to our garden. That is a weed barrier that also helps when it rains. That mulch is going to hold in moisture. It's going to help our garden grow because, as things start to dry out, there's still that moisture in those wood chips, and that will also add moisture to our plants. Well, there again, what can we add to our lives to help us be more productive? There's so many things in this world that's going to pull us apart, going to pull us away from our families, going to pull us away from what we believe in. We always have to remember, we can't pour from an empty cup. We have to take care of ourselves before we can take care of anybody else. You know, I don't say that to sound selfish, but sometimes if I've just had a rough week, I'm not going to be the best husband, father that I can to my family. Sometimes I have to step back, take a minute for myself, go for a walk, anything like that, just to help me rebuild, refocus on everything that I'm doing, everything that's important to me. There again, there's a lot of things that's going to pull us away from that, but it's always important to take care of yourself. This weekend we celebrated Mother's Day. I've seen my mom and my wife so many times put everybody else first. And sometimes you can tell when they've had a rough day, a rough week, and they're not the best person they can because they're so focused on everybody else. It's vital to take care of yourself before you can help anybody else. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button and throw a comment on this video. I would love to hear from you. Also, check us out at 1603farms.com. We've got a lot of great items on there, from hats and t-shirts and sweatshirts, a lot of things for the home and office. We also have a whole line of leather products that we design ourselves. A lot of good things there. I'm not going to try to promote anything that I don't use and that I don't believe in. Until next time, stay true to who you are, what you believe in, and I'll see you soon.